kutoka Ongata Rongai Kajiado hadi Rongai na kwenye kilele cha Mount Kenya.
Hao watu wasiwadanganye. Finance bill chini. Kwa nini sasa mnataka haya magari na hamkununulia mtu muanze kuchukua pesa?
Hadi mabonde ya Keio Valley.
Ita mkutano na hii watu ambie barabara gani tuondoe ndio
Watch, share, like, subscribe.
Na pesa, and then when it comes to recovery, it's also a challenge in some of the parts of the country. So mine is to tell you, you can apply for youth fund as long as you have a registered business. As long as you want to start a business, it's possible. Mulikuwa mukisema hatuna security, hatuna nini. Sasa tumeweka kuanzia chini 20,000. Tunasema kazi ni kazi. With 20,000 you can start a small business. You can sell fruits, you can sell whatever. Everything is possible. Si ndio? Kuna wengine wetu wamechukua hizi pesa wakaweza kufaidi na wakaweza kutengeneza nafasi za ajira kwa wengine. Kwa hivyo yangu ni kuwasihi tu vijana wenzangu, ikija upande wa access to funds. The young lady there amesema after law school hajapata kazi. Let me tell you my story maybe briefly. When I got admitted to the bar, nilikuwa nimefanya kazi law firms nyingi before being admitted. But immediately nilimaliza nikaona sasa what else am I going to do in my life, kwa sababu nishapata ile experience, lakini pia kupata kazi ni shida. I took the risk of starting my own law firm. Kwanza nilianza sina ofisi, lakini nikaanza kufanya ile freelance, na mwisho niliweza kuanzisha ofisi polepole. And then sometimes you realize that it's not about your career. Sometimes you could do law, but there are so many opportunities out there. You don't have to practice. What you need to do is to engage these organizations. There are so many organizations that deal with human rights or law matters, for that matter. But have you engaged these organizations? Have you engaged the government stakeholders? Have you engaged these women initiatives? Programs, women economic programs. So kama vile Mboto amesema, lazima ujitokeze utafute ile opportunity. You can't just sit right there and say that mimi nangoja nitaitwa. Nobody is going to call you. You have to go out there and get these opportunities. When it comes to matters governance, I want to tell you about myself. I vied for women rep in 2022 under the UDA party, and I became second. Lakini, like I said, I am a law. I did law. I am an advocate. Lakini, I didn't see myself being in politics. But because of ile passion na kuformulate policies, but because of actively participating in such forums, nikajipata nimeingia kwenye siasa. And through that, I've gotten an opportunity to work in government and formulate policies and do that public service and provide services to the people. So my dear sister, if I am here and I'm just 33 years old, you can also do it. Usikae uka. And then most of the times, let's try not to think about the negative things. You know, you spend 90% of your brain kufikiria mimi sina kazi, hawatufanyi hivi, hawatufanyi hivi. Like I said, we the youths are the solutions. We have fresh perspective. We have solutions to the challenges. Why don't you ask yourself, what can I do right now to help myself and to help the other fellow youths? Because during elections, I think 40% of the youths had registered to vote. But unfortunately, out of the 40%, only 50% went to vote. Now you're asking yourself, had you like gone out with in large numbers and voted for the right leaders? Na hii story ya kuwa sijui tumekatiwa na mheshimiwa fulani last minute, then you tend to vote for the wrong leaders. Hizo shida ndio maana zinatuleta hapa. Hizo shida ndio zinatufanya tunalalamika, atuangalie serikali ni yetu nini. Choose wisely, vote wisely, engage wisely. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, comrades. This today makes me remember my student days with a lot of nostalgia. I used to ask those kind of questions, very tough ones, but I never thought I'll be on the other side being asked such questions and expected to give answers. But thank you so much. Omar, you directed a very direct question about Pwani University. Yes, we received the application for Pwani University. We are currently completing modular design for all the universities because we have received applications for doing student housing in all the universities in Kenya. We have received also from TVET over 300. Currently, we have finalized for the TVET. We are doing 78,000 beds in TVCs from the application that we have received. We embarked on a modular design that can be replicated very quickly because this is a serious problem. It's a serious challenge. And this TVC should be rolled out within next month. We are going for advertisement. In terms of the coast region, we have 24 TVCs and we have 8,000 beds, which we are going to do out of the 78,000. Pwani, we roll out with the rest of the universities. We want also to discuss with the students about our designs. We have held several meetings with other universities. We will still come back here to Mombasa, but we expect before December, we will also roll out at least 1,000 beds in all the universities. Let me also try to answer the issue of job creation. And as I mentioned earlier, this industry is also expected to create a lot of jobs for the youth. For example, country next week, we are bringing the contractor, 2 contractors for a project of 2,000 units, affordable housing units in Nyali. We also have a market at the same site that we also hold 1,000 traders. During this construction period, it will be expected this program in Mombasa for just that one project to create over 10,000 jobs. These jobs are not only kazi ya mjengo. We have clerk of works, we have architects, we have engineers. They all be employed in this project. This not to mean the other professionals from the technical vocational training like plumbers, other artisans like electricians, the jobs are immense. Let me also say that we have 9 ongoing small markets in this region. These are also likely to hold over 100 per market traders. And this goes back to the manifesto of UDA, which we are also ensuring that we are capturing what the people say they want. Let me also say that one of the biggest problems that we have been experiencing in the construction industry is skill development. Yes, you get out of class with your diploma, with your degree, with energy, but the skills are not yet there. For us to be able to achieve and ensure that students also get the skills necessary, we are providing internship to students when they are in school. And we are working with the relevant ministry and the TVETs to work towards ensuring that we have internship positions for students when they are in school. And this is why we have spread all these projects across the country so that you don't have to travel in far distances to get internship. We are also giving similar internships for skills after leaving university. We are working with the professionals, engineers, planners, architects who have established, and we are giving them at least 10 young students to train and work within our projects. And this is also going to give more training to our people. When it comes to giving small other jobs and bigger jobs, we are working with the jua kali sector to grow them into companies that can be able to get bigger jobs by separating certain some specific products within the build environment, like doors, windows, balustrades, and this one we are giving to these SMEs so that they can be able to get contracts, and we are also working with the banks so that the banks can also be able to give loans to these SMEs so that they can be able to make supplies. So we guarantee as a State Department to this jua kali through our contractors so that they can be able to do this work and supply. Meaning, we are not only giving mjengo kazi. You can start your own business. You can work with the existing business and grow. And this is the way to grow these small cottage industries. And this is what we have run. Other countries did. Countries like India, things like tiles, they have not been done by big industries. They are being done by small cottage industries. And this is what we want to encourage in the construction industry. It has been used in many countries to develop countries. Let me divulge some little and go to leadership. Leadership. We have very few political seats. And I know some of the politicians who are elected. I have quite a number of many of friends. They tell me it's a very difficult job. But I want to say leadership is not only on the MCA, senator, MP. No. When I was 35 years, I was a chairman of a TVET college in my home. Is not that leadership? Is it not leadership? If you are a president or a member in the leadership of a professional organization, are you not a leader? Are you not a leader? I have been also a member of a CDF. Was I not a leader? So don't get just interested in these political seats. There are so many leadership positions. Even the position I am holding as a director of housing. Am I not a leader? Thank you. So guys, venture into various leadership positions. There are so many. It also starts with the family. Even me as a father, I'm also a leader, isn't it? So also get a family and be a leader as well. There are so many opportunities. Thank you.
We promise that we'll take a second round of questions, then we can allow the others who've not spoken to probably chip into that. We'll give them the first priority. But because we are going to about 12:30, some people want to go and pray, and we have got other engagements. We promised that we'd be done by 1. I'd really just want us to go with 3 questions. 1 from this point, 1 from here, and 1 from this end. I want 3 ushers standing there so that we sort and we don't take a lot of time. 3 ushers with the mic. Control room, do we have extra mics, please? An usher here, kindly. Do you have a mic? In between here, do we have an usher here?
Okay, Comrade. Mimi naitwa Vincent Rohoro, mimi ni president kwa university. Na swali langu ni kwa PS. Kulikuwa na hii nini ya kazi mtaani. Sijui kwa nini ilitolewa, lakini hiyo kazi mtaani ilikuwa inatusaidia sana. Mara nyingi utakuta kama sisi kama Comrades tumefunga shule, at least unaenda pale unafanya kazi, umejua at the end of the day una accumulate zile pesa zako. Wakati utakuwa unarudi shuleni, at least utakuwa na kitu mfukoni, ile ambayo unaweza saidia nayo mzazi kwa fee. Ingine wewe pia uache kukula kama kuku, lakini ukule kuku. Ya pili ni kwa director wa affordable houses. Mna wazo nzuri sana kwa kujenga hizo nyumba kwa baadhi za institutions, kwa sababu number 1 itasaidia ku improve mambo na security issues. Personally at my institution in the last 2 weeks nilimpoteza mwanafunzi mmoja ambaye aliuawa na local community, and the previous academic year pia kuna mwingine alidungwa visu sana. So hii najua itasaidia. Saizi landlords pia juu nini ya maisha imekuwa juu, wamepandisha bei za nyumba. Sasa Comrades hata inabidi wengine wanakesha shuleni kwa kujifanya eti wana watch mpira, lakini ni kwa sababu huko amefungiwa nyumba. Na nasema ukweli, sidanganyi, si propaganda. So hawa Comrades, and then umejua hapa Coast, ukiwa kwa nyumba ndio utahisi joto, lakini ukilala nje inakuwa unahisi baridi. Sasa hapo tuangalilie na umuipusha haraka sana. And then nilikuwa naomba pia katika wale ambao watakuwa katika ujenzi wa the fundis, Comrades pia wawekwe pale, wakuwe kama watu wa mikono, kwa sababu hii Kenya so far it is who knows who, ili upate kazi. That's the Kenya that we are in today. Ni kwamba umemjua nani pale ambaye atakushika mkono. Sasa wakati hiyo ujenzi utakuwa unafanyika kama Pwani University, at least Comrades pia wapate kazi pale. Kama ni TUM pia wanafunzi wapate kazi hapo. Asanteni.
And we are the leader of society. So you don't have to know anyone else. You know the leader of society. So you accept us.
Hello. Comrades power. Comrades power. My name is Aaron Korin. I'm from Mombasa. My question goes to our peers. Our peers, for us KMTC students, life is very hard. That's for sure. After school, we find it very hard to find opportunities to work in hospitals. When you go to hospital, you are told that you have to pay some amounting to over 300,000 to just secure a slot in a hospital. So, how are you working with the Ministry of Health to address this issue? And I would like to urge you to come to KMTC students, talk to them, and engage them on your issues of employment. Maybe you work more on domestic employment rather than the abroad one. We really appreciate that one. And my second question goes to our president, our young Gen Z. How are you providing inclusivity in all of us, those that may be joined with leadership? Maybe you become one person as comrades, because some comrades don't even know what you are doing and where you are. So how will you address that one as agency president? Thank you.
I'd love a lady. Wanaume wametokelezea wengi sana. Aya, tafadhali.
So I'd like to pose my question to Mr. Maina about the issue of insecurity in campuses, and also as our party is mending issues in relation to health, let them also provide how do you call this, equipment that supports the causes that students are doing in school. For example, medicine or IT. Let them be able to provide equipment that advance our knowledge on this. Thank you.
I can only give one more bonus question. The commitment was for 3. So, can I get 1? Okay, okay, I'll take care of that. One question, please. Proceed.
Good afternoon. I'm Kevin Buvi from Kenya Coast National Polytechnic. So, particularly the issue with this government or our government is policy making. We are so good of making policies in the parliament, in the ministries, but down here to us, the comrades, what about us? How do we communicate to you? It's a good thing you brought the comrade chapter. After us, the Gen Z, we went out to the streets. If it was not for our efforts, atungekuwa hapa. It's true, comrades. Comrades, power. So these policies we are making, are they really favoring us as the youths? That is the question. The policies. The another issue, it's help. Please, you guys from help, disburse our money. Disburse our money, that is our plea. And the last one, msiguse help. Msiguse Murima, msiguse help. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The last question here, there was a gentleman here. Bring it here, down here.
No. I'll give you your time. Just have a seat. Have a seat. So that you also listen to me when I talk. You cannot talk over me. So relax.
Comrades power! Comrades power! Comrades power! So I'm Kabao Clinton. I'm the president, Lamu Universities and Colleges Student Association. And I'll start by a follow-up to the president. The last town hall meeting, I was seated there where the PS is seated currently. And this message is to the president. President, sir, you promised the comrades of Lamu that you'll give us 300 sponsorship slots to sponsor 300 students from Lamu. The comrades have been texting me in my WhatsApp. They are telling me, hey, Mr. Lais, anatupanga tena, sijui nini. So I went back to my county, Mr. President, sir. I followed up on the issue. And niliambiwa ni story ya jaba. So sijui ni story ya jaba kutoka penye uliniambia uko umesimama hapo ama kwa county yetu. Thank you. The second one is to the peers. It itches me a lot, and it itches a lot of comrades here tukisikia kwamba we are giving out our energetic, empowered youth to other countries. And I quote what Mr. Maina said in Giriama, kwamba we are the youth who our parents are looking after. Then tumesomeshwa, tumepelekwa tukasaidia nchi za nje. Mbona msichukue sisi comrade, mwende mtusomeshe nchi za nje, alafu tulete hiyo ujuzi kwetu? Unaona, si mnatusomesha huku, alafu mnatuchukua, mnatupeleka tusaidie nchi zingine. Unaona hiyo maneno hayaingi. Alafu kitu ingine, niko on the same question on concerning labor. Thank you. We have the port of Lamu. That port of Lamu, to us, the youth from Lamu, and to us, the youth from Coast, is like inaitwa Area 51. Hatujaiona, hatujaiingia. Hiyo port inafaa iajiri wanafunzi, comrades wote wa Coast. I tell you, hata hawatoshi kufix labor yenye iko pale. Hatupei hiyo kazi, tunaenda kupewa kazi za abroad. Does that really make sense? No, it doesn't. The last question to Mr. Maina. I'm from Lamu. Na comrade wameniambia niongelee hii concerning the housing. One, in Lamu hatuna hata msingi, hata hatujui kama kuna kitu kama housing. Haijajengwa. Niko na comrades wangu hapa wametoka TVETs, wamefanya plumbing, masonry and stuff. Wananizanga chairman, hata nafasi moja bana, hata si tu implement, tufanyishe mikono yetu kazi. Hakuna, tuliambiwa na serikali tutaletewa hii housing, at least tutumie the local resources, the local youth. Hakuna. Visit Lamu. Alafu kitu ingine I was asking, I have my identity card. As a comrade, umetuambia tuanze familia and we're building houses. Hatuna nyumba. I have my identity card. Can I access a house? Our comrade wanaweza pata hizo nyumba zikijengwa. Kindly address that one. Thank you. And kama itapewa kwa comrade, ikuwe cheap kidogo. Ama ni vipi comrade? Hata si tupate nyumba bana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd love them to respond to those questions done. Then I will bring in the Secretary General to do the closing remarks, and then Gitonga, wherever you are, you will be doing a vote of thanks. But there are a few things that I need to respond to quickly. First of all, on movie.
I'll not take you through the whole policy thing, it's so long. So I'll reduce it into just 3 steps. There are 3 P's of policy that there is a problem. Around every problem, there is the second. Third one, you come up with a program to solve that particular problem. Now, whatever you are saying that we have policies that do not involve you, we are here. This is part and parcel of policy making. At problem level, that is where we are dealing with the data. Hii energy yote, your effort, hii feelings, hiyo ni policy making. You are part and parcel of this particular process. And you are not an outsider. The Constitution 2010 makes you a co-governor with the peoples you lead. You are a co-leader with the people that we have. There are no led and the leaders. You are this republic. Kenya is you, just as UDA is you. Na tuko na side yako, by the way. There is not them versus us. We are in this together. Sasa movie. So they will take care of that. The other question he asked and he brought up, I think the Secretary General will take up the issue on the follow-up on that. It's just recently muliongea juzi, hata finance bill tangia tuangushe, bado tunatengeneza ingine. His Excellency will actually take care of that, and that you actually have passed the message in the right forum. Do not be afraid, the SG will take care of it. Na by the way, tuko na treasurer wetu hapa hivi. Huyo ndio msemo mwenye na kachele. Huyo hiyo itashughulikiwa. Sawa sawa. So do not be worried. Also, as young people, let's also just remember one thing, that as we talk to each other, we've invited each other so that we talk to each other. I'd love us to always keep it respectful. I'd love us to actually keep it energetic. But over and above, usifunge roho yako, usijifungie. We will not force you to be politically correct. Fungua roho yako, but also ask your question in a manner that can be responded to. Sawa sawa. Quickly, kabisa, I'd love those guys that have not said, did not speak in the first round. Where's the microphone, kindly? Kindly, bring the mic.
Niko na swali, please.
I'll give you that chance. Nipatie tu mic. I'll do. She's a lady. I cannot say no to a lady. How do you think I am? Adam nipigi makofi. As in, why should I say no to her? So I'd love them to respond, and then as the SG will be making his way here, I'd love her to actually ask that question. Sawa sawa. We give her a special place. Sawa. So kindly, a minute each, so that we move very fast.
By my intellectual friend, the engineer. It's related to the fact that you say comrades are go-getters. Comrades go for what they want. And with that, I wanted to respond in regards to the digital economy that is there. Currently, we have over 274 digital hubs. These digital hubs are meant not to just directly give comrades or people employment, but indirectly be able to give skills so that you can be able to access the
internet and get the money that is there. We have talked about the digital economy, and the least I can be able to tell you the amount of money that we can make in Instagram. Me personally, on experience level, I want to respond to you. When you finish school, there's no jobs, things are not working out for you. I went to Instagram, did a whole theme page on food, because that is my passion. And I made money in food. And I made a lot of money because we were able to have an environment that was conducive enough for me to be able to get fast internet, for me to be able to get a direct market that is out there for my product. Right now, so many young people that I know of, they are utilizing the power of the digital economy. And it's not like it's not intentional. Everything that the government is doing is so purposely intentionally, so that we can create the conducive environment that we need, so that we can be able to tap into the market that we are at. Money is there and it's available when you go look for it in the digital economy. Trust me, that is what I wanted to explain to. Thank you.
Kuhusiana na swali la ndugu Omara kwamba Kilifi kuna tatizo la maji. Kazi ya Coast Water, sisi tunauzia maji water service providers, county governments. County governments zinauzia maji mwananchi. Tatizo lililoko Kilifi, na tumejaribu tuwezavyo kutafuta wasaa wa kuongea na governor wa Kilifi, lakini amekataa kukutana na sisi. Jambo ni kwamba Kilifi tunawapatia maji, county government ya Kilifi tunawapatia maji, lakini county government ya Kilifi inachukua pesa kwa wananchi kwa kuwauzia maji, lakini wao hawatulipi sisi deni letu la maji. Last 2 weeks tulifunga maji. Tukaambia county government ya Kilifi tumeshindwa kulipa stima. Kenya Power iko hapo inataka kulipwa. Hatuwezi kulipa pesa kwa sababu pesa haijalipwa. Wakapeana undertaking kwamba tupatie mpaka tarehe 24 kwamba tutalipa. Tarehe 24 imefika, hawalipi, hawashiki simu, tukafunga tena. Kwa hivyo tunaomba serikali za county, wakati tukiingia ilikuwa hata Mombasa inadaiwa pakubwa, lakini wamejaribu, wanalipa. Kwale County bado wako nyuma, lakini tunajaribu kuzungumziana na wao ili waendelee kufanya malipo ili tuweze kupeana maji kwa wananchi kwa njia ya sawa na ya haraka. Jambo la pili, sisi vijana hapo tumekaa, najua kuna maswali tunajiuliza. Wale wako pale wanaongea kwa vile wao tayari yao yanawaendea. Hilo ndo swali liko katika akili zetu. Always thinking negatively. We are not thinking positively. Sisi pia tulikuwa hapo. Maandamano yenye muliandaa, mimi niliandaa maandamano nikiwa Eldoret. Kwa hivyo the same language you are speaking is the same language we are speaking. The thing iliyoko ni hivi. Wakati Fatma Barayani anasema anaweza kupeana loan ya 20k, wengine wetu wanasema sasa hii 20k nitafanyia nayo nini? Ama wakati Hustler Fund ilivyokuja, wengine wetu wanasema sasa GT5 nitafanyia nayo nini? Punch 500 nitaanzia wapi? But let me tell you for real, my brothers and sisters, nyinyi ndugu zangu na ni agent zangu. Nilipokuwa kampo, hiyo 500 mimi ayushi ingekuwa wakati wangu kwamba inapeanwa kwamba kuna kitu inaitwa Hustler Fund. Tuliishi. Sikizeni kwa makini.
Comrades power! Comrades power! Viva Comrades viva! Tuliwasikiza, tumpe tu dakika moja amalize. Sisi kuombeni anaongea, sisi tunaongea, sawa? Haya basi, maliza. Mpeni wakili dakika tafadhali.
Unajua hata kama inatuumiza tumeze kidogo, lakini to inculcate into our lives. Sisi pia tuliumia na tukakubali kutumwa. Kitu iliyoko ni kwamba pale Coast Water tunapata attaches, watu wanaomba kufanya attachment. Lakini mtu anakuambia nitafanya attachment vipi sijalipwa. There is a law ambayo iko pale kwamba attaches hawalipwi. na hiyo attachment inakuhitaji wewe, ni muhimu kwako kusaidia build up your experience. Kitu unasema ni kwamba tujitume na tujitolee, ndugu zanguni. Maisha ni ngumu, lakini hata sisi wenyewe pia tunasaidia kufanya ugumu. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana, ningependa tuende huko, tutarudi hapa baadaye.
Comrades power. Comrades power. Now, let me begin from UDA Comrades chapter. Now, from this conversation, ningeomba mnisikize, because I'm going to spit a lot of truth to my fellow Gen Zs. So, as I said, I'm Kipto Ignatius, maybe Maliba. Yeah. Yes.
So this is an intimate hour. Mama.
Yeah, now the Comrades chapter. The reason as to why we are here is because of the Comrades chapter. Na kujibu Shafi, eh? Msema unaitwa Shafi. Umeongelea ukasema you have the information. Na I believe from all the conversations tumekuwa hapa, from the treasurer hadi PS akasema, tukaenda another sector. For example, wangapi wako na passport sahi? How many? It's a quarter of the room, sindio? Wangapi wanajua the online jobs? Wangapi wanajua the details, the specific details of those online jobs? So, nikirudi tu from the maandamano, the weapon that people used there, it was social media. Now, there's another weapon, enye sisi kama the youth tulikosa. It's the weapon of documents. From that point, as we know the president is there, right? But the theme of this UDA Comrades chapter, it is Comrades for Inclusive Leadership in the Political Process. When I entered in office as the president, I entered in November, and there's a lot I've learned from November to this period. So as you sit there, if you want to implement something, by the way, you cannot do it alone. It's in sync, it's synchronized. There are offices, there are institutions, kuna hizo vitu zote. And that's why we really wanted this UDA Comrades chapter to be there. Because, as I said, we don't have the information of, if, for example, you have said you want to be, the MCA seat to be given to the youth. You know, there's the constitution, and the SG has said clearly, amesema hapo will be doing discrimination. So if you want this seat to be for the Gen Zs, you know the laws are being made in the parliament, sindio? So with that thing in mind, if we educate ourselves here, tukiendelea 2027, if we want to change anything, now you'll be knowing that if I want to change this, as Shafi alone, I cannot do it alone. We need to be in sync. And I know in 27, there'll be a transition of politics. I know the weapon we use in Maandamano, it will be another weapon in 2027. If you don't want this person, na kila mtu anajua atachukua kura, sindio? I know it will be a transition. So the reason why we have this chapter is because of now to have all those details. We have said the main thing is inclusive leadership. Sini sawa? Another thing, kuna hiyo, what we should be there in the people in the government, needs to do the specific details. Sawa? Kama passport size, it's 7,500. Why can it be subsidized? Ama ikuwe free for anyone? No. Another thing, if those jobs are there abroad, can it be done remotely from Kenya? Can we do, let's say, a presentation here of there are these jobs? Comrades, you can do this and this from your own space. So as much as we are frustrated, even me, I was frustrated during that period. That's why we have done this thing. And you have seen our chair has done an excellent job. That is Bwana Korir. That's why even Maliba is calling me Korir. And I've said my name is Kipto. I'm a 50-year engineering student. So what we need to do going forward, ni kuandika hizo policies. There's something called policy. Hata nikiwa university, when I want to hold an event, there's something called policy. Now we need to understand those policies. If we want to change those policies, because even today, if the PS wants to give someone a job, it's synchronous. Kuna chain. Sawa. So hizo chain do what we need to understand. The tuache ku assumptions. We have the sufficient information and to do the job in a very excellent manner. So I want to appreciate my committee, led by the chair, Bwana Korir, for this, and we'll do more. Sini sawa? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mine is a comment, and I'm going to be extremely brief. Aziza talked about opportunity, kama kuna opportunity in the acting career and all. Yeah, but then I would like to say that the Kenya Kwanza government is the only government that actually came out very clearly and said they want to work on the creative economy. Since the beginning of time, there has never been any other government. And kuna kitu moja Asiago dada yetu amesema. Ameongea juu ya opportunities as a lawyer. And I would like to say that everyone seated here can work in the creative industry. How? We are in need of lawyers. We actually have very few lawyers that talk about things like copyrights and all, especially to the artists. So unapata even representation ya wasanii by lawyers is extremely rare because so many lawyers never take up those kind of opportunities. We have accountants, we have program managers, we have consultants, we have cooks, producers, photographers, videographers, marketers, psychologists, security, drivers, actors, makers. I mean, we have all professions in the creative industry. I'll tell you for a fact, if this gentleman standing here with cameras were not here, we would not be streaming anywhere. So the creative industry is the only industry that will actually make all other industries visible. And that is why I feel like the government of the day did not ignore this, because the GDP that comes out with the creative industry is extremely high. We cannot actually ignore the industry because of that. So I would like us to look at the creative industry in a different manner. You as an accountant seated here, why are you not seeking opportunities from productions? It's not only actors. Personally, as an actor on the screen, there are 40 people who are just waiting for me so that this can be aired. 40 who are doing different jobs behind the scenes. So I need us all as students, we look at things differently. We look at the creative industry differently, because I want to believe that the creative industry is one of the industries that is able to actually employ a lot of young people. Why? Mboto has talked about the digital space. So let's look into that and let's grab these opportunities, because we are the future. We are the people that are in these spaces at the moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'd love us to close, but I made a promise to a lady, and that promise must be kept. So kindly, a question briefly, and then I bring in the SG. Okay, she asked the question. I saw the other questions that had been asked were directed to the PS and Director James Minor. So kindly, a question straight, this is out of honor that you asked, and you are a lady, so I'll grant it. Please.
Thank you. Sasa naongea na Mr. Tayari. Mr. Tayari, KPA wewe ndo stapo. Mimi ninakuwa KPA miezi mitatu kama atachi. Na hapo kuna wazee wengi sana wenye yani hiyo kazi hawaiwezi, lakini hawawezi kuwasaidia, lakini sisi kama vijana hiyo kazi hatupei, na wale wazee hawawezi kabisa. Sasa hiyo chance Mr. naomba utupe, kwa sababu wale wazee hawawezi. Mimi nilikaa hapo miezi mitatu, tuwafanya kazi wao wamekaa tu, si tu wamechoka, lakini hawatoki. Mtupe sisi kazi.
Asante sana. Next a direct question. Bwana tayari ashatayarisha hayo, kwa hivyo mtaongea. Yes, and then
Kwa haraka lile swala ambalo limeulizwa kuhusu kazi mtaani imerudi, lakini ni on matters environment. Kwa hivyo wameanza huko Nairobi kusafisha Nairobi River, alafu polepole wataingilia pia sekta zingine ili vijana waweze kupata kazi, hata kama ni kitu kidogo ambacho unapata kitakusukuma, kwa sababu kazi ni kazi. So it's back. In essence, what I'm trying to tell you is it's back. It begins with Nairobi, but it will grow even to other areas. Then there was the question from KMTC, if I'm right, inviting me to go and talk to the young people there. Yes, kabisa, it's a capital WES. I interacted with medical students from Methodist University just about 3 weeks ago.
and it is my aim to interact with all the medics across the board because we have a program for them. Then nikuje kwa Shafi. I'm happy that we are having an intellectual discourse. And I want you also to give me a hearing. Nimekusikiza vile ulivyosema, but nisikize mimi pia kama PS. Kijana amemaliza university. Amefanya degree ya kwanza. Ametafuta kazi, amekosa, ameenda masters. Amemaliza, bado anatafuta kazi, hajapata. Tell me the truth. Nimweke huyu kijana parking, nikimwambia kwamba subiri mpaka uchumi upanuke ndo apate kazi. This is a young person who wants to establish himself, to establish a family, to grow and develop. So what I'm asking you also kindly to give me an ear on, even if it's a 3-year contract, by the time he comes back, he has experience and he has resources. Let me give you an appropriate example. Waziri mmoja ambaye alikuweko kwa cabinet hii ambayo ilivunjwa juzi, Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria worked in the Middle East as a financial expert for a number of years before he came back home, not only to invest, but also vie for a political position. He didn't waste himself as he was waiting at awekwe parking mpaka kazi iweze kupatikana. What I'm appealing to you to understand is, instead of leaving, yourself to stay idle, people talk of brain drain, but on the opposite, there's also brain gain. Go, work, make your savings, come back home and invest. And I thank you.
Thank you. There are specific questions which were directed to me and to the State Department for Housing. Vincent, you mentioned that you'd want the work that constructions that will be undertaking in the schools and TVET and universities, building hostels to be given to US students. My answer is yes. We already have a program to partner with the TVET or products that can be made by students as a way of training, and they are related to the construction of that project. They'll be given directly to the university. And you students, you also get these jobs. However, remember you are a student. You went to get the education, so don't spend time kwa hiyo mjengo and forget about your books. But in terms of getting jobs, yes, we are ready to do that. Kazi mtaani. The concept of Kazi mtaani originally was a stepgirl, because then it was during COVID, if you remember, and there was lockdown, and people were told to keep distance. However, we found that it was practically not possible to keep people, particularly in formal areas, where they live probably in a 10 by 10 small house, which we are addressing now, with the affordable housing, that the product accommodation that we don't expect people should live in. And since it was between, either you die of COVID or you die of food, and the choice was very limited. It's a lockdown, people don't have money, they cannot go to work. So Kazi Mtaani was introduced to get people out, to do something and get some food, get some money and be able to get food. And Kazi Mtaani ended with COVID. However, we have realized the importance of that, and thank you for mentioning that. It was really helping the youth. We have been developing a different concept. Remember, Kazi Mtaani, most of the work that was not done today, you cannot see it. But what we are doing now is work that can be seen, and it's being linked to environment. We have changed the concept. We are calling it climate works. We are starting with Nairobi, and from 1st of October, we'll be starting with Nairobi and ensuring that Nairobi is the river sewage, and we ensure that we have changed Nairobi River, and we are also doing houses along the river within the outside the demarcated area of riparian leaf, so that we also prevent encroachment to the riparian leaf. And it is going to go to all the cities within the Republic of Kenya, Mombasa being one. So we are coming to Mombasa. Number two, Mkoa in Lamu, we have an affordable housing. We do have, and the contractor is signed. We are doing 400 units. Last month, we took the contractor to site. It has taken some little time, but now construction has started. We are also doing, in our program, as I mentioned, in Lamu, we have 2 projects for student accommodation, which we are going to run in the next few days. We are going for advertisement. The designs are ready. We will be working on KMPC and a TVET. I think it's 15 if my mind is correct. But there are 3 TVC, there are 3 colleges, 1 a KMTC and 2 vocational training. We are taking the KMTC and the colleges. The other bigger question is accessibility to these houses. Listen carefully, guys, because this is the roadmap for you to own an affordable house. And before I mention about owning an affordable housing, let me speak just a little about the concept of affordable housing in terms of owning. The Affordable Housing Fund that was created through a levy of 1.5% from the revenue from your earnings and from the employer is being used for 3 things. One is the provision and construction of affordable housing. 2 is to finance house ownership through mortgages. So we have various categories of houses, with the cheapest house going to around 700 to 8,000. This house is a full house with a kitchenette and with a toilet. And it has a space you can put a bed, you can put a seat. That's the space. In terms of ownership, the fund can fund you to own this house over a long period of time. Remember, data in Kenya shows that mortgages in Kenya are only 27,000 against a population of 56,000. That is unacceptable. It is worst inequality in the world.
Sound Candy Talk sasa imeboreshwa zaidi. Kila siku ya wiki asubuhi tunapambazuka na maabudu na sifa kwenye kipindi cha Daybreak Worship. Baadaye tunakuletea mahojiano ya moja kwa moja kwenye one-on-one show. Alafu tunakuletea taarifa zinazochipuka siku hiyo zikiwa ange kwenye In the News Headlines. Kisha tunaingia bungeni. Viongozi tuliowachagua tuangalie wanafanya nini bungeni.
On a daily basis, whenever the House is sitting, the order paper is here.
I take any work that I'm given very seriously.
Not have favors. It's not appointed because you come from Nyeri.
Kisha baadaye usiku tunakutana kwenye Open Forum Political Show, kipindi kinachotadavua na kufafanua makala na taarifa zinazokuhusu zaidi.
Sasa hii ndiye time ya kuweka kila mtu question mark one by one. Ruto tumeshaweka question mark ya kutosha.
Umeenda mpaka umevuka border, umeanza kudanganya watu wenye wako US na nchi zingine.
Kazi ya kiongozi ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba vijana wako kazi.
Tazama Sound Candy Talk uelemike.
Watch, share, like, subscribe. Unatazama Sound Candy Talk. Toa sauti yako usikike. Kutoka Olulunga, Narok. Hadi Lungalunga, Kwale. Hii ni Sound Candy Talk. Kutoka macheo hadi machweo, tunakupakulia yanayokuhusu kwenye vipindi vyetu.
When the issue of Eurobond was floated, we objected to it, but no one listened. Now we are here again.
Ile mapato ya serikali haijaonyeshwa pale, imefichwa, ndio tusijue tunachanga shilingi ngapi ama tunatarajia kuchanga shilingi ngapi kulingana na mikakati na mpangilio ya serikali.
Budgeting process takes care of revenue versus expenditure. Why are we dwelling so much on expenditure and no disclosures are being made on revenue?
Daily Bite, one-on-one show, In the News Headlines, kisha Open Forum Political Show, Sound Candy Talk. Indeed, it is seeing live for masses. Kutoka Mombasa hadi Kakamega, hii ni Sound Candy Talk.